I think we're going to start whether I'm ready or not. Happy Wednesday! It's Wednesday the 13th. That's going to be good, right?
Yeah, of course. It's not Friday the 13th.
All right, it's just about time to get the area's only live local talk and entertainment show, Virginia, this morning, ready to kick into high gear. Amy Lacey and I had the pleasure of being your host every single day and love every single minute of it. I'm Bill Bevins.
It is so nice to see all of you, Mr. B included, all of our friends and viewers of the show. We look forward to bringing you the very best infotainment in and around Central Virginia today. The show is so unique in the area because we have a chance to do some really cool things. Like yesterday, we hosted a fun lottery-themed show to help our friends from the Virginia Lottery celebrate the release of their new Let's Make a Deal Scratcher. Oh my goodness, it was such a good time. It was a party in our studio yesterday.
It was.
Look at
it was
us
a lot of fun. Boop, boop, boop. There they go. That was so much fun. And to come in through a curtain, come on now.
And to wear costumes. You know, we were doing our nod to the Let's Make a Deal program where, of course, we know costumes are always a big part of it. So, and the props and the entertainment and the laughs and everything else. I mean, look at that prop right there. We served it up yesterday.
He dropped that thing twice, and it sounded like a gun went off.
I know it did. It was so heavy. I thought it was made out of cardboard, but it was not.
Look at these kids in the backyard.
Yeah, we know them. And look, we had a live studio audience yesterday. Yeah. Everybody just had such a great time. So thank you to everybody who was a part of our show. Thank you for all of you who were watching yesterday. We heard so many great comments on social media. The engagement has been
Our friend
wonderful.
J.B. Bryant, the financial advisor, dressed in money.
As money. She was looking awesome. Yes, she
normally
does.
not on TV. All right, folks, it is customary for us to kick off things with a preview, and Kristen Lors is going to help us get started. Hey, Kristen, happy High Point Wednesday to you.
Well, happy Wednesday to you. Yeah, I loved JB yesterday. She was big money.
Yes, she was.
Right. Hello to you, Bill and Amy. Good morning to all of our viewers. I'm here with one of our community partners, Norman Way, who's the vice president at Puritan Cleaners, and their annual Coats for Kids campaign. Look at these adorable coats. It's underway. CBS 6 is proud to be a sponsor. We'll be talking with Norman about how you can help the great cause. That's coming up in less than 20 minutes. Amy and Bill, back to you.
Thanks, Kristen. And of course, she is a published author, motivational speaker, and accountability specialist. Shelley Shelton is here. We know oftentimes it's hard for children to fully understand when the family dynamic changes due to a divorce. Her children's book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Chandler, helps parents start that conversation. She'll share more when we talk with her in our second half hour.
And if you don't have anything on your calendar for this Friday night, woohoo, make some plans and come on out and cheer on the VCU women's basketball team. Yeah. Beth O'Boyle, the head coach, and Michael Parham is a graduate student. Our conversation with them is still coming up on today's live show. All right, let's get a check on the midweek weather forecast. Tom Patton, the windshield wipers made a funny sound this morning when I turned them on.
Oh, yeah, a little frost?
Yeah, it's
very
bad.
nice.
Oh, yeah,
very nice.
And my tires did that thing as soon as I started driving. I needed, I need to add some air to my one tire.
Big change in the temperature.
Big change.
Wow, frost, tires doing their thing. Anything else? Any other issues?
I wore a coat today.
I wore a hat, so there's that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, all right, it was a chilly start. You guys have a full show. I'm surprised you got time for me today, but let's show you what's going on. We've got a chilly start here. We've got a bit of a breezy, not too windy, just a little bit breezy this morning. It makes it feel a little bit colder. A couple thin cirrus clouds just to my left here, right on this part of town, but that's about it. 44 degrees right now, and the temperature is just creeping up on the day like today, even with the sunshine. Look at the wind, north-northeast at 12. We get a wind chill of 38, and that barometer, 30.5 inches of mercury. You've got to think of a barometer kind of as a scale for air. You step on the scale, what does it do? It goes up when you've had a little too much to eat. Well, when the air is dense, when it's pretty heavy, that barometer rises, and dense air usually means it's cold and dry, and that's what we have in place right now. So a real high barometer, but we're tranquil. There's no rain or anything at this point, not until tomorrow. So we'll see the barometer falling. Thank you. All right, temperatures are in the 40s here in the metro. 30 still in the valley. Stanton was in the 20s this morning out there. We had a couple spots around town. I know Essex County and some folks were in the 31, 32 degree range this morning. Mostly sunny, colder today. We're looking at a high of 57 only. And then clouds will start to stream in. We'll start to see some high clouds probably later this afternoon, becoming cloudy overnight tonight, thickening by tomorrow morning, and then we'll be tracking some rain showers probably by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. High pressure, there you go. That's why we have that real high barometer. And just think right below that is where the highest pressure is. So probably around Lake Ontario, maybe Lake Champlain, up into Vermont and upstate New York. The winds around that are giving us a chill today, keeping it north-northeast. We've got a system in the middle of the country that'll move in our direction, being enhanced a little bit by some Gulf moisture down there, and we'll see some rain tomorrow. So tonight the clouds come in, they thicken overnight into tomorrow morning. Here come the showers by probably around early tomorrow afternoon. They should be kind of light at first, and then we'll see some heavier rain coming in into the evening, probably around 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 p.m. And then once that moves on, we'll still have some upper level energy squeaking through with some showers and some rain into Friday morning. So we could have a wet commute Friday morning, and that should be gone by about 8 o'clock or so Friday morning. And then drier air comes in and skies will clear out by Friday afternoon. Could see an inch or more in many areas, maybe a little bit less. That's about what we're expecting, maybe a ½ inch to an inch and a half statewide. 50s though for the next 3 days. We do dry out this weekend though. In fact, we'll be dry by late morning Friday, but we'll see more sun Friday afternoon. There's your weekend, kind of remaining cool with some showers again by next Tuesday. Virginia this morning will continue right after this.
You. Happy Wednesday. Virginia This Morning is the place where you can find out what's trending in and around our community. I'm Amy Lacey here with Bill Bevins. Hey, Mr. B.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us, folks. There's always something that you can enjoy, and hopefully you're going to tune in each and every weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. So I was watching very closely on Tom's forecast there because, people probably get tired of me talking about this, but the leaf wars started.
The leaf wars, they are underway.
I won a battle yesterday, and I got them all up, but there's only 8 zillion left. And tomorrow or Thursday, when it rains in the afternoon, that means they're going to get heavy and they're going to fall again. And so, yeah. So.
You should be like me and just wait until the very end and then just do it all at once, and it helps a lot more.
So I live in the woods.
Then he
so
can't do that, or you would not be here with us.
Out of the house. So anyway, I'll be out there this afternoon trying to, do a little prep work and getting ready for a major battle coming up this weekend.
It is going to be coming, and we have a lot of show coming your way too. It is a great time to do a recap for those of you who are just tuning in.
All right, here we go. Author and motivational speaker Shelley Shelton is here to share some helpful advice for parents who have to talk with their children about divorce. Her children's book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Chandler, is a good starting point, and we'll flip through those pages coming up in a few minutes.
And VCU women's basketball has a great game scheduled this Friday night. I always love going to those games, showing my daughter girl power there on the court. The team's head coach, Beth O'Boyle, is here, along with graduate student Michael Parham. We will talk with them later on today's live show about how you can get in on the action.
But wait, there's more. Right, Kristen?
We're happy to have the Vice President of Puritan Cleaners here, Norman Way. It's always good to see him. He's going to share some highlights for their annual Coats for Kids campaign that CBS 6 is proud to be part of again. Bill, Amy?
Looking forward to that. All right, it's time to switch gears. It's another Wednesday in November, so you know what that means. It's time for this week's Word Game. Where'd that come from? All right, for those of you who have not played the game before, here's how it goes. I'll mention a word and/or a phrase that we've all used and/or heard, and you have to figure out the origins of that word and/or phrase. So today, it's kindergarten. kindergarten.
Oh,
she's smiling.
I actually know this one, and I don't know that I could ever say that since I've been playing this word game, but I know it's a German word.
Okay.
And the whole idea of that kind of preschool, early childhood education was a German idea of German origins, but I know that Kinder is children, and Garten is garden, and it's about just watching the kids grow and develop and do their thing. I may know this because when my daughter was starting kindergarten,
the show's over at 10.
I maybe looked it up because I like to know where words come from. So I looked it up. So I do know this one today, and if I'm wrong, I will be shocked. And that's all I have to say about it.
Okay. Well, we're going to all have to stick around and find out a little bit later on in the show. She sounded pretty sure of herself.
I hope so.
This segment is sponsored by Mr. Fix-It.
Most people don't realize how important gutter protection is to their home. Here to tell us all about the benefits of Gutter Helmet is our friend Mark Benstock, owner of Mr. Fix-It. Good to see you again. Yeah. Welcome back. We have talked about this in the past, but I want to kind of drive home the fact that safety for you and your home, but mostly for you, is step one in Gutter Helmet.
Yeah, we've lost count of how many customers have shared with us all those tragic stories about somebody falling and around the house, getting up on that ladder and, getting injured badly. Gutter helmets, gutters are a necessary evil for a house. You have to have the gutters. You've got to be able to get during those heavy rains, even the light rains, get that water controlled and away from the home to help protect the home, protect the landscaping, all that stuff, keep the critters away. Yep. But the necessary step is to have gutter guards on the home that work 24/7, 365. And the cheap Gazmos and filters and things like that are out there, they're not that long-term successful product. Gutter Helmet is. Gutter Helmet has a lifetime performance warranty. I've had it on my house for crazy years, whether it's a heavy snow that can sit on top or whether it's in the fall, all the leaves falling, or in the springtime, those thunderstorms. Gutter Helmet's going to be there. And again, when we say triple lifetime warranty, it's because it's a material warranty, it's a performance warranty, and it's transferable. So if you go to sell your house, you transfer it to somebody else. So makes it good.
We've talked in the past of, it's not something you see from the street when the house is for sale.
Right.
But if you tell people that are interested in your house that Gutter Helmet is up there, and if they know, or if you have to tell them the story, then that makes a huge difference, because then you're not up on the ladder again or paying someone to get on the ladder.
Exactly right. So you don't have to worry about being stressed out of, uh-oh, the gutters are clogged again. Do it. If you like to golf, you never have to worry about cleaning your gutters again, but just get out there and have fun on the weekends.
All right, you have a special offer for us right now, because it is special. So tell us about that.
Right now, no payments, no interest for 12 months, or even some folks say, hey, I just want a tiny monthly payment, so $75 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gutter Helmet has been around for a long time. I know you've been doing it, you said, in your house for years and years. And the people that have it installed are so happy with it. We just had a situation at our house where the gutters were fine, everything's working good, but we needed to get that little attachment that goes on to, again, get the water further away from the house, because we have a basement. Right. So getting that water away from the house is essential. It obviously, if you got clogged gutters, it's going to cause problems up in the air and on the ground.
Well, you're right, and that's what we bring to the table. We're celebrating our 54th year in business, so we are experts at this, and we're going to come out free of charge to do an evaluation, and we'll make recommendations. We might say, hey, that downspout right there, it needs to be a little bit larger sized, or hey, there's one that we need to add another one, and this one we need to make a little extension like you're talking about, and get it further, because we're taking a look about the lay of the land and how the water flows when it rains heavy. Is it flowing towards the house, away from the house? So we'll make those recommendations and give free advice on how to protect your home.
It makes a huge difference, and Gutter Helmet works. I don't think we said that. It works, folks.
That's right.
Thank you so much for coming in and filling us in on this. All right, and folks, those leaves are starting to fall, so here's a special offer just for you. Mr. Fix-It is offering no interest and no payments for 24 months, plus enjoy $300 off your gutter helmet project. The Mr. Fix-It showroom is located at 10,189 Maple Leaf Court in Ashland, Virginia. Give them a call, 804-726-8006, or visit MrFixItVA.com. And stay tuned, we'll be right back.
This segment is sponsored by VCU Women's Basketball.
Hey, it is Girl Power. The VCU women's basketball team has a special game scheduled this Friday night. This is a great time to go on out there and support the team. Joining us this morning in studio is Beth O'Boyle, the women's basketball head coach, along with graduate student Michael Parham. Welcome to Virginia this morning.
Thank you, thank you.
I mean it from the bottom of my heart that I love going to the women's games, because you're enveloped in this community, and it is so special, and this game, Support Her, just gets bigger every year.
Mm-hmm. We're so excited. It's such a great opportunity for us to celebrate all women and really highlight all of the great things that our female student athletes do in our women's basketball team. So really excited for Friday night. Hope we can get everybody to come out and create another great atmosphere for us.
You had 6,000 attendees last year. You want that number to be even higher this year.
We're trying. I think one of the best things is that it's a Friday night. It's the place to be, and I think there's so many great opportunities, whether it's your mom, your sister, your daughter, just to highlight how hard and how connected our women's basketball team plays. It's a fun game, and it'll be fun to be at, so we hope we get as many people there as we can.
And Michael, why would this be a great opportunity for moms, their girlfriends, aunts, everybody to come together and go on out to the game?
I truly believe that this is an opportunity for us to showcase what women's basketball does for the community, and it kind of sets a standard for what people should look forward to. And we were just talking about your daughter, and she can come to these games and see all the people in the crowd and go, when I get to college, people better be here supporting me like this. And I think it is so cool to be able to see this Richmond community come together and support women's basketball like this.
I do love seeing that when you are there and you are watching the game and you look around you and you see generations. You see the moms, the daughters, the grandmas, and everybody coming together to support women's sports, which is so important. And VCU women's basketball is helping to take VCU nationwide and known across the college and just really the sports world.
I think you see right now just the elevation of women's sports and women's basketball in particular, and we love being a part of that. The Olympics, the WNBA, I think there is a national and an international movement to say, hey, when you support women's sports and you invest in it, amazing things happen. And not just for the women in the community, but little boys and bringing their sons and really just seeing, one, it's a great game of basketball, but also just how hard and how invested our student athletes are, and they're great ambassadors of VCU and the Richmond community. I love being able to showcase everything that they do.
What is your why for basketball? Why are you out there on the court, and why is that getting you excited to wake up each and every day?
We actually just had a team conversation about this, so it's like, okay. My big three whys, I would say my faith, my family, and then just leaving a legacy. I really want to strive to make an impact and be able to be the person I needed when I was younger. And so kind of how you said your daughter comes to the games and watches, and that means so much to me because I know what I needed when I was younger. And to be able to look up to someone like that and as a role model, plays hard, does well in school, that's a big motivator for me. And that pushes me to excel on the court as well.
Oh, I love that so much, and I'm sure that you hear that from each and every player.
Yeah, I think it's, we talk about it being bigger than themselves, and it's not just about the game of basketball. I think our players will be successful women in everything that they do in their careers, and how do you help bring up the next woman? And we really want their experience when they play for VCU and us to be about, hey, you're going to be a confident, strong woman. and what does that mean, and how do you give back, and how do you lead, and just doing it the right way. And we have really incredible student athletes that really makes it enjoyable to do.
To be a student athlete, it takes a lot of determination and dedication, a lot of finding that balance.
Yeah, it definitely does. My days are very long. I'm in grad school as well, so I have class for about 2.5 hours at nighttime after a full day of doing homework and workouts and treatments and meetings. And so it gets to be a really long day, but it's all worth it when the ball goes up and you're playing the sport you love and you're doing it with people that you love.
I love that so much. And tickets are available for Friday.
Yes, please come get them. We would love to have as many there with the Peppas, with the team, with all of VCU. It's going to be a great game against Temple. Friday night, 7 o'clock at the Stew.
Okay, well, we are already rooting for you because we know we are hoping for a win, and it will be a win for every single person who comes there and shows support to VCU women's basketball. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
And we want you to go on out there, support the VCU women's basketball team. Here's the information. Friday, November 15th, it's the VCU versus Temple. Support her game at the Siegel Center. For more information, including tickets, call 804-828-RAMS or visit vcuathletics.com/tickets. Kristen, I know you're a big sports fan. I'll send it over to you.
I sure am. I'm getting my tickets now. How exciting. Great energy there. The Virginia Lottery is excited about their new scratcher. Let's Make a Deal. You may have heard of it. CBS 6 and the Virginia Lottery are giving 4 lucky contestants a $100 scratcher prize pack. For more information, visit the link that you're seeing on the screen right now. Be sure to tune in on Monday, November 18th between 9 and 10 a.m. when we will announce the first winner. Good luck. And Bill, I'll send it your way.
Thank you, thank you. All right, folks, you can catch up and enjoy all of our segments again and again just by visiting our show website at virginiathismorning.com. Our website isn't the only place you can watch Virginia This Morning. We can be viewed on the apps Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Android TV channels. You can watch it there too. If you need the app, just visit the App Store on your device and search WTVR Richmond. It's absolutely free. Stay tuned. Our Wednesday edition of Virginia This Morning returns right after this.
This segment is sponsored by Puritan Cleaners Coats for Kids.
Well, it certainly is nice to know there are caring members in our community that enjoy lending helping hands to those in need.
CBS 6 is proud of the partnership that we have with Puritan Cleaners. Norman Way is the vice president, and he's here to tell us all about what's new and exciting as the launch into 2024 Coats for Kids campaign. It is underway. Norman, always a pleasure to see you.
Oh, and great to be with you and Bill both. Thanks for having us out this morning.
This morning, I will say, is the first time in a long time that I wore a coat to work. But not everybody has that luxury just to go into the closet and know that it's going to be there and that it's going to fit.
We take it for granted. It's cold, we grab a coat out and go. Not everybody does, but maybe you've got some extra coats that are in your closet, and it's a great time to donate them, whether they're a cute little kid's coat like this, or if it's something that is for an adult, because the parents need coats as well.
You hit on the point there that most of us take this for granted, and we hadn't even thought about the coats since last spring. And then you open it up and there's 2 or 3 to choose from, one of which you're never going to wear again. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's time to donate it.
So time to make sure that coat gets to Puritan, because not only do you clean it, if it needs repair, that happens as well too.
Right. We've got an amazing team over at Puritan Cleaners, and they'll make sure that every one of the coats are cleaned, repairs have done. Then we'll give them to the Salvation Army, and the Salvation Army will then distribute them to those that are in need in the community this year. So
I had an opportunity to go on out to the ballpark warming party at the Diamond on Saturday, and you just get goosebumps because you see the community answer your call for help. This Richmond community, this has become a tradition for them to go on out there, donate. My family, we went to our closets and we pulled out some things, donated them, because it is so absolutely important to do this. And you know, you've been doing this for so many years now, and it has become a part of the fabric, so to speak, of what Richmond is this time of year.
It's 37 years, 38 years that we've been doing the Coats for Kids drive. And, you know, we live in a great community, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
If you give an opportunity for people to help, they do. And like the ballpark warming party, what great partners out there with the Flying Squirrels. People just showed up in masses to donate coats. And Pods donated a container for us to put those coats in. They're over at the facility getting it all cleaned up right now, and they'll get a little tag put on it indicating it's all cared for. Now, like I said, the Salvation Army, they do the most good in the community, and they will make sure that it gets in the hands to people that need it.
Well, it does take a team of lots of different members to make this all happen. I've been to these events before. I wasn't able to make it to the ballpark the other day, but it is inspiring when you go, and like last year, you had this big vacant store front that you used, and hundreds of people are there sorting coats, and the volunteers that turn up for that. And it's like, they're not getting anything out of it other than the fact that they can help the community.
Yeah, we'll be posting up some things, an opportunity for people to get involved on our website and on our Facebook page. And we're going to have out on December the 12th, I think it is, we're going to have a sorting day. And all these thousands and thousands of coats that our community has donated that we've cared for, we're going to get those sorted out to sizes and get them ready for the Salvation Army to distribute. And it's a chance that you can volunteer. So take a look over at pureandcleaners.com.
And you have so many events where, you know, you go into the schools, you have drives there, gets the kids involved and everything else. How can people who maybe don't have an event happening, you know, right in their community, how can they donate a coat?
Well, it's pretty simple. Drop by any of the Puritan Cleaners locations. You know, this is for our community, not just our customers. So drop a coat by any one of the Puritan Cleaners locations, and we'll be sure to care for it. That's the easiest way. And Sarah's doing a great job. We've got a lot of schools that are set up, and that's a good place to get the cute little kids codes, right?
Yes,
so,
it is.
We'll be out at a lot of the schools and some other events. Matter of fact, we have VCU ladies were on a while ago. Yeah. Tonight we're going to be out at VCU for the men's game.
Fantastic.
And we'll be collecting. So if you're coming there, bring a coat tonight.
Norman, I've been involved with this, you know, for a long time as well, and I've got all these great memories of being at these elementary schools, and these kids are learning empathy. They're learning that other folks don't have it as well as them, and that's so important and to learn in life. And do you have a favorite memory all these 37, 38 years that you guys have been doing this?
Oh, you know, I get asked that question a lot. There's so many great memories. I have to tell you, when Sarah or myself, we go out to the schools and we're collecting coats, exactly the empathy you're talking about. There'll be kids that they didn't have a coat to donate. They'll take their coat off and stick it in the pile.
Sweet.
Happens every year. We get some of those, and we're able to get it back to the person. But the heart that the kids have, that's what really blesses me. And Puritan Cleaners is in this great spot. We're the middle person. Folks like yourself help support us. Folks out in our audience donate the coats. Our team cleans them up, but the Salvation Army gives them out. So we get to see the people donating. We get to see the people receiving. And it's a really heartwarming place to be. We're thankful.
Well, we're thankful for y'all and all you do, and of course, it takes an army to make it happen, and the Salvation Army steps up for that.
Yeah, and it really is a gift that keeps on giving throughout the winter when that child is warm, their family members are warm, and they're set up for success for their day. Yep. Thank you, Norman, for being here today. Coats for Kids, presented by Puritan Cleaners, is underway. You can visit and drop off coats at their location at 1807 Staples Mill Road anytime this month. Give them a call at 804-355-5726 or visit puritancleaners.com. You can also find them on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
Absolutely. And Kristen, what's coming up next on our show?
Well, do you like trying new recipes that are easy to make? Yes, of course we do. The fall is the perfect time to pick up some apples, and you can create a delicious dinner that will be sure to please. Check out this virtual creation from the Seasoned Mom.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
Welcome back to our live Wednesday show. The American Psychological Association estimates there's a 41% chance that a person's first marriage will end in divorce.
And divorce is often painful and may be confusing for children. Our next guest is a motivational speaker and published author who wrote the book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Chandler. That may help start the conversation.
We welcome Shelley Shelton back to Virginia this morning. Thank you for being here and for bringing this tough but manageable topic for us to navigate with kids.
Yes, thank you so very much. I appreciate you ladies inviting me back again.
So you have Chandler on your t-shirt. I noticed that right away. I said, is that an illustration of Chandler? Tell us who Chandler is in the book and how he helps to help kids understand what divorce is.
Yeah, so Chandler in this book is an 11-year-old. He has a brilliant mind, an amazing heart, and he goes to summer camp. And when he goes to summer camp, he comes back and his parents have a conversation with him. That conversation doesn't go as well because it talks about how we're now going to separate. We're no longer going to be in the same household. There are going to be some changes. Dad's going to come and pick you up on the weekends. And so it sets forth the changes in the foundation of your family. And so, but Chandler looks at things a little differently. And he walks kids through how you can still get through this and understand you still will be loved by both parents. And so it's really, really amazing because it's a series of books and he goes on different adventures through each series of books.
And he's an adventurous guy, but we're also talking about the principles for kids to learn. Now, Chandler stands for all of these. There is a list. We can just start at the top and you can run down some of them. So C for Chandler, can love both parents separately.
Absolutely. So, and that's what we're sharing. So you can have both parents. And what we want kids to understand is, yes, you may not be in the same household, but guess what? You can still love both parents. You can love them separately. You can respect them equally. And so he helps them through this journey. And when you read the book, it turns out to be a very, very positive spin, even though they go through some adjustments with their family.
And with the H here in the name Chandler, have patience with parents, A, affirmations daily.
Yeah.
What does that mean for a child?
Yeah, so Chandler in this book is 11 years old. And so for tweens that are going through this at home, you know, we want to encourage them as they're going through this to say something positive every single day. So I am loved is one that Chandler says all the time. His parents always talk with him about self-love. Love yourself, Chandler. We love you. Every single day they hug him, they embrace him, they tell him that he is loved. And every single day he says, I am loved. My parents love me. So, so it's one of the most amazing things to constantly say something positive every single day.
I love that. We're running down the list. So in Not My Fault, no one's perfect. D, dream big. L, love yourself. E, energy goes, your focus goes. And the last one, R, refocus on what's good, not what's bad. The positivity you were talking about.
Yeah, very, very positive. And so through each step, he takes you through how you navigate through this because, you know, I've been through divorce. It's not always an easy process. Sometimes there's some complexities, maybe a few difficulties, but we can help teach children how to get through this and still understand that they will be loved regardless.
And I would think too, the parents get so much from this narrative. Absolutely. They get so much from this story because it's not an easy process. You are separately a parent and you are yourself who's going through it too. So I would think that this is such a great resource for families.
Absolutely, not only for kids, but for the parents. And so this book also has 3 incredible principles for parents. And so with that, I coined it ASK. Sometimes as parents that are going through divorce, you don't stop and ask someone, how do I navigate through this? How do I get through this? It's a little different. And so the acronym ASK, the A stands for, assure your kids that they're loved regardless. Love regardless of this breakup. And so enhance the relationship with them. The S is make sure you schedule time with them to talk about the process, to talk about some of the differences. And then that K is, guess what? Kids realize that something has changed if you don't talk with them about this.
They're listening.
They
can tell.
They see your behaviors. They see some of the changes. And so let's just be a little transparent. Just talk about it and decide how you want to share the message with them in a very positive way.
Go ahead.
And kids are definitely listening. Like, I like that last one. Know when there's something wrong. They know, so of course they may not be the first ones to bring it up. So if you can have that conversation before maybe they're taking that somewhere else, have that with them, make sure that the dialogue is open, have that communication with your children.
Absolutely. Schedule that one-on-one time. It's so important.
I think that it's an opportunity just to really have them feel secure during this adjustment period. So what a wonderful way that we can communicate this to our kids and help the parents as well. Great, great, great book.
Thank you so much, Shelley, for coming in today.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Sure. For more information on this topic or the services that Shelley Shelton and Associates provides, just visit our show website by early this afternoon. That, of course, is virginiathismorning.com.
There's more Virginia This Morning to enjoy right after this.
Welcome back to our live show. Did you know that in Virginia, an estimated 780,000 adults have diabetes? The American Diabetes Association is looking forward to hosting the annual State of Diabetes Central Virginia Community Event and Expo. It is tomorrow, and you're invited.
Here to tell us more is Rhodesby Rittenauer, Vice President of External and Regulatory Affairs with the Bon Secours Health System. Welcome to Virginia This Morning.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here. I'm grateful for you all having me and for also spotlighting this event that we're putting on tomorrow.
What is this event? Because we are dealing with so many people who are even watching us today who are dealing with diabetes.
It's an incredible pandemic. Diabetes has really proliferated. I happen to be chairman of the board of the American Diabetes Association this year at the national level. And so what we're trying to stage tomorrow is an event focused on the cost of diabetes in Virginia. And our hope and our thought is if we bring employers into the conversation more than they've ever been, that will really, really be a good place where we can start to partner, start to discuss how we can work hard together to make a healthier employee workforce. So people can be more healthy, so those who are impacted by the disease can be impacted less, and so people can be more productive at work too.
So you bring the employers in, they learn all about what happens, what doesn't happen, what they've heard versus what is reality. And then, obviously, if you've got an employee that is dealing with this, there are going to be some hurdles for them to get over, and if the employer knows, it kind of all works out a little better for everybody.
It should. I mean, most of us really trust our employers, and most employers want to do right by their employees, as we see from our very generous corporate community here in Richmond. And so one of the things that we encourage people to do at the American Diabetes Association, and also my wife and I encourage people in our lives in the community to talk about their condition, not be afraid of it, but own it and talk about it, because inevitably you will find people who want to support you in your journey. Employers are in that boat. So the more the employer knows about the employee and the more the employee seeks help, the more tools the employer can offer through its human resources department usually. Tips on healthier lifestyle, tips on exercise, tips on how to support people who who are affected by the disease. So there's a lot of things that employers are uniquely positioned to do that other people aren't. And quite frankly, most employers want to do right by their employees, but we've gotten to a point where the costs have grown so much that we're in a position where employers have to do something about it. I think that capitalism is one of the tools that we can really unleash to help not only cure diabetes through research and development, but also help people live healthier lives. And so that's really what the conversation we're trying to have tomorrow.
A few moments ago, you referred to what's happening with diabetes as a pandemic, because these numbers continue to rise and rise and rise, and it really is something that folks need to take seriously.
No question, Amy. Right now we have 38 million Americans, that's 1 in 10, who have diagnosed diabetes, either type 1 or type 2. Type 2 accounts for about 90% of all diabetics. 10% are type 1 like I am. but there's 97 million more who are pre-diabetic, which means they're probably likely to be diagnosed with either type 1 or type 2 diabetes in their lifetime if they don't make changes. And so we're talking about 136 million people. Last year, that cost the country $412 billion. That's $306 billion in direct costs and about $106 billion in indirect costs. So there's just no end in sight. So we've tried a lot of things. The American Diabetes Association has a lot of tools available. It manages the standards of care, how clinicians need to work with their patients to get the disease under control. And so a lot of those tools we're hoping to provide to the corporate community tomorrow. And also these types of events are happening all over the country. So it is a pandemic, and we think that this is one way, one tool that really hasn't been exploited yet, working with employers to help create a healthier workforce.
Rhodes, there was a lot of numbers in there, and it kind of boggles the mind to think about those huge numbers. That diabetes is so big. You mentioned your type 1 and the technology that is now available to kids growing up. It's pretty impressive how far we've come, and I imagine we'll learn some of that tomorrow as well at this meeting.
It's unbelievable. And the American Diabetes Association has really been at the forefront in supporting some of those technological advances. But when I was diagnosed in 1983 as a 5-year-old kindergartner, I was sticking my finger 8 or 10 times a day to check my blood sugar, taking 2 or 3 insulin shots a day, and control was still very difficult. And here I sit 45, 46 years later, and I'm on an insulin pump that has a reservoir in it that's infusing insulin all the time, and a continuous glucose monitor that measures my blood sugar without sticking my finger every 5 minutes, and they communicate together, that continuous glucose monitor and that pump, and it makes management a lot more palatable. We still have a lot of challenges. It's still very expensive. Diabetics average about $19,000 a year in medical costs, which is 2.5 times more than 26 times more than people who don't have diabetes. And it's still very difficult, and people like me still face long-term complications. So the American Diabetes Association and other organizations are working for a cure. But until then, we are very blessed that we have these technological advances and we have people around us to support us too.
Wonderful information. Thank you for bringing this conversation to the forefront. Like you said, it had not necessarily been explored in the way that you're doing it tomorrow, and we thank you for that, because when people have education, they can make those choices for themselves, and their businesses, their companies can also support them. So thank you for that.
Thank you all for having me.
Thanks for coming in.
The State of Diabetes Central Virginia Community Event and Expo presented by the American Diabetes Association is happening tomorrow, November 14th at the Bon Secours Training Facility. That's located at 2401 West Lee Street, Suite 110 in Richmond. For more information, visit our show website by early this afternoon. That is virginiathismorning.com.
We're going to send it over to Kristen now.
All right, thank you. Now is the time to look ahead to the new features that you will see on our live show tomorrow, the 49th Bazaar Preview Night Charity. That is coming up, and you are cordially invited. This annual campaign will benefit active duty and recent veterans that may be wounded, ill, or injured. We'll tell you all about the event and the organization, Operation Healing Forces. And we can't wait to jump into the Virginia This Morning kitchen to make this gingerbread cake with a vanilla cream sauce. The sliced bananas are an added bonus. It's part of the upcoming Bake Off campaign presented by one of our favorite organizations, Tablespoons Bakery. And stay tuned, we'll find out if Amy got this week's word origin correct. She seemed pretty confident about this one. That's coming up in less than 3 minutes.
In the show, we gave you the word kindergarten. You probably know what it means, but let's find out where that comes from. All right, it's German, and in German, Kinder means children. Garten means garden. Friedrich Froebel started the very first kindergarten in Germany in 1840. Old Freddie was quoted as saying, "Children are like tiny flowers. They are varied and need care, but each is beautiful alone and glorious when seen in the community of their peers." And that's where that Amy
Yes.
got it. 100%. Studied up on that one, did you?
Well, I knew what kindergarten was because when my daughter was registering, I wanted to know where did it come from. So there you go. So I think it worked out.
You nailed it. That was fantastic.
Who knew that I would ever have to know?
Some of these, you know, I'll see a word or hear somebody say it, and I saw this one in writing, and it was spelled out kindergarten, like in German.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, oh, there's got to be a story with that one.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was. So this gentleman started, and of all the things to kind of, it's a children's garden where you grow the children, and it's exactly what it is.
But they really do. I remember at the orientation for kindergarten, the principal said that when you bring your baby home that first year, how much they change. The year of kindergarten or that preschool experience, how much they will change in that same period of time. And they really do. Those babies grow.
And they start to bloom.
They really do. We'd like to say thank you to all of our guests today and to all of you for allowing us into your homes each weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. We do appreciate it.
Well, hope you tune in again tomorrow because we're going to have some fun on our live Thursday show tomorrow.
We'll see you then, 8:56 a.m. Bye.